Welcome to Storytime today. I'm so glad to see you guys. If this is your first Storytime, my name is Miss Carla, and we're so glad to have you here for virtual Storytime. Today I'm going to read a book from one of my favorite authors, Miss Carmel Wilson. This is Bear Can't Sleep. And the author is Carmel Wilson. It is illustrated by Jane Chapman. We'll read this book, and then I'm going to show you in the end, if you really love this bear book, there are so many more bear books that you can really just read about this game, for days. There's so many. They do lots of things. So if you like today's book, you will have lots more that you can read that are very similar. All right. Well, before we get started, we do want to sing our Storytime song. Are you guys ready? Awesome. All right. We clap and say hello. We clap and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we clap and say hello. We stomp and say hello. We stomp and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we stomp and say hello. We wave and say hello. We wave and say hello. With our friends at Storytime, we wave and say hello. Hello, friends. All right, like I said, we are reading Bear Can't Sleep by Carmel Wilson, illustrations by Jane Chapman, and we are reading this with permission today from Simon & Schuster Publishing, so thank you so much, Simon & Schuster, for letting us read this fun book today. This is Bear Can't Sleep. In his home in the forest, while the cold wind blows, Bear snuggles in his quilt from his nose to his toes. While the snowflakes fall and the drifts pile high, Bear tosses and he turns. He moans and he sighs. He stares at the wall. He's not tired at all, and Bear can't sleep. Have any of you guys ever had that happen before? You're in the bed, it's time to go to bed, and you should be sleepy, but you just can't sleep? I know I've had that happen before. Well, that's what's happening to Bear today. Pitter-pat, tiptoe, Mouse scurries in the lair to check on the fire for his good friend Bear. "Oh, Bear," Mouse squeaks, "you're up too late. It's the winter in the woods, and bears hibernate." Does anyone know what it means to hibernate? Let me know in the comments if you know what it means to hibernate. If I don't hear from anyone, I'll let you know at the end. Mouse frets, "Dear me," while he brews mint tea, and Bear can't sleep. Bear's counting sheep, 1, 2, 3, 4, when Badger and Hare tumble in through the door. "Oh, Mouse," says Hare, "we were just out walking. Bear should be asleep, but we heard him talking." Bear snuggles down deep in a sad furry heap, but he still can't sleep. Mouse turns down the lamp. Badger builds up the fire. Hare pours warm milk into Bear's tin cup. Then Gopher and Mole tunnel up to the lair. Mole frets and he fusses. It's bedtime for bears. The cold winds blow while the firelight glows, but Bear can't sleep. Poor Bear. Wren, Owl, and Raven flutter inside to find Bear awake with his eyes open wide. Wren hops to and fro. What else is there to try? A song to make him sleepy? So they sing a lullaby. All gathered in the lair, they hum along for Bear, but he still can't sleep. "I'm awake," roars Bear, "and that's all there is to it. I've tried to fall asleep, but I just can't do it. I'm bored, bored, bored. So I'll spin you a tale. Once upon a time in Strawberry Vale, The friends huddle in as story time begins. Since the bear can't sleep. Bear tells a story he's never told before. But just before the end, there comes a rumbling snore. When the sun peeks up on a bright new dawn, the friends can't sleep. But Bear snores on. That's the end. Bear finally fell asleep. All right, if you like this book, there are so many more. Let me show you some of them. I'll get up close. There is Bear Snores On. There is Bear Wants More. Bear Stays Up. That's a Christmas book. Bear Feels Scared. We have Bear Feels Sick. Bear's New Friend. Bear's Loose Tooth. And Bear Says Thanks. So there's always the same group of friends there with Bear. So if you like this book, there are so many more to read. And if you look back, I think I've done story times with several of them. So you may be able to find them on our Facebook or YouTube page. But if you get a chance to check these out, that would be great. Exciting news, if you've missed coming in the library to look at the shelves and check out books, starting Monday, you can come inside. Of course, everyone has to wear a mask and stay social distance and use some safety precautions, but we can't wait to see you guys. We'll still have story time virtually for a while until it's very safe for all of us to be together in close quarters doing story time, but we can't wait to see you guys here in the library so you can check out cool things like Bear Can't Sleep. All right, I don't see any comments, but just to let you know, hibernate. That's what bears do during the winter, hibernate. And that means they sleep the whole time and they get all rested up and ready for the spring. All right, guys. Well, before we go, let's sing our story time goodbye song. Are you guys ready? Awesome. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Story time is done today. We have had a lot of fun. Oh, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Goodbye, friends. Also, don't forget about the Easter basket read-off. Easter is coming up, so for every book you read right now, you get entered in a drawing. If you're a kid, to win a really cool Easter basket. If you're a teen or an adult, another cool prize. Maybe a gift card, maybe a plant. So please do that. I know you guys are reading books, so just let them know when you bring those books back, or you can even call or email and just say, hey, I read 5 books, and you'll get put in the drawing. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.